All right, let's start by taking refuge, led by our brother Cho Min.
Namu Dharma Abu Ju Wambo Namu Sunga Abu Uju Wangnimbo Homage to all the Buddhas who are present in their glory at this assembly. Homage to the Dharma which is present in its glory at this assembly. Homage to all the Sangha who are present in their glory at this assembly. Namu Buddha Abu Uju Wangnembo Namu Dharma Abu Uju Wangnembo Namu Sunga Abu Uju Wangnembo
Thank you. So here we are, our third annual Vesak Poetry Slam, where we dedicate our poems for the sake of all beings and in memory of the Lord Buddha and noting his birth, awakening, and death 2 days ago, technically. So, why don't we just get rolling right away with our first poet? And as usual, I'm just kind of going to go around the screen as it is in front of me. And I don't know if it's the same for you, so maybe it'll be tricky for you. But let's go with Minhui.
Okay. I guess we'll just do one at a time and see where we get. Yeah. Okay, here's my first one. There once was a Zinni from Dublin, whose mind was serene and untroubling. With each breath he took, he'd read life's great book. In in the stillness, his wisdom was Dublin.
And what an auspicious way to start, I have to say.
Oh, I
Uh,
got more limericks. So I
oh,
did these in honor of Kevin. I know he's Irish, and my grandmother's side of the family is all Irish, so they're all Ronies and McGarvins. So I got 3 or 4 of these limericks to go. So anyway,
okay.
we'll
Uh,
get to those later.
good to know. Um, I think you've already topped Doug's from a couple of years ago. So just a reminder, finger snapping, bowing, and in the case of a really good one, such as that, clapping is suggested. So why don't we go to Brad Amarananda?
It keeps moving everything around here. All the buttons are in different places every week. So let's see. Hope I haven't read this one before. I'm not sure. The breast of the world is torn open, ribs broken, skin scarred, as surely as fingers clutching at time. Exposed heart, fragile as frost in a forest fire. Fitful and anxious, like a wartime siesta, expected and unbearable as a crack baby death. The moan, the cry, the screech and howl of this world slowly awakens another world, another shout and answer. This voice calls down through the branch and stream and mountain, through bone and blood and breath. It shudders and rock and shivers in sky, hums and nerves and becomes light in eye and ear. It promises, I will take you past suffering. I will take you beyond you, past this, and enfold you into this.
Thank you, sir. Let's head on down to the bayou. Brother Cholmin.
This one, this one is untitled. I'm just, it's just the first one in my little journal. It's untitled. Hands clasped in the cosmic mudra, and tears fall silently. Runny nose sniffles. The wood blocks tell the time. I bow in gratitude and awareness. Reaching for the notebook, I write this poem. The rumbling of a distant car engine is accompanied by the faint ring of a wind chime. A train bellows in the distant winter night, and the runny nose continues to sniffle.
Excellent. Thank you. And let's head over to Rhode Island and our brother Hey Song. Got anything for us?
Got a couple. I shared them out with you too in email, so it's up to you
Okay.
if you want to post them out too. Um, I've got some haikus and I've got some few poems. I felt bad because last year I didn't have enough, I think, for you. But the first one I'll read a haiku is called Enlightened One. Under fig trees' shade, he sat still as dawn arrived, mind free, heart awake. And the second one, and I'll stop there and give others a chance. Second one, it's a haiku. It says, Four Noble Truths. Pain flows through all life, but peace walks the path within. Know, release, and see.
All right. Thank you. And let's head out to wherever he might be this week to Hangui, Michael Lucas. You're muted.
Thank you. I've got one from my brother and then just a quick one from me that I kind of made up on the spot. I'm coming from Columbia, North Carolina. Let me get my brother's poem ready. All right, and this is my brother White Bear's poem. Also more properly called Vo Vo Vahoke Nakohe, White Bear, and this is Wakantanka's talk. Wakantanka talks with me through the pages of no book, penned by the thoughts of men. No words, no creed, no dogma, writes he, to bind me to a clan. In flight of birds that wing their way, flight of birds that wing their way to lands beyond my sight, and trees that root and take their time to grow to their full height, and flowers whose petals hold such fragrances in their clasp, and every single animal with purpose in its grasp, and the sun that rises with each dawn to herald a new start, and moon that holds the ebb and flow of tides within her hand, in Venus, Jupiter, and Mars, and stars from his heavenly band, and everything that breathes and moves and crawls and flows and stands. Wonken Tonken talks with me.
Very nice. Thank you, White Bear.
And a quick little one for a send off, just like a little rhyme scheme. They say hip hop doesn't rhyme with hope. How can it be true, though? I've seen kids beatbox in Palestine with no lights on, and that ain't no joke. Thank you.
And let's move to the bottom row with Robert Coho Epstein.
Robert Coho Epstein is here. Well, I'll start out with a longish poem. These are more about samsara than the birth of the Buddha, but since nirvana and samsara are one, hopefully it'll click into place where it belongs. The artifice of tears. Oh, sorry. I'm going to do that one later. Starting over. We have our conflicts, whether to stand up and walk or lie down and melt. We have our timings, when 5 minutes of cogitating is enough to last a lifetime. We have our stony moments when everything dissolves in a puff of density. We have our Californias when we may drift and drift and drift out to a sea of perfect light green air. We have our levels when the astral world collapses into 1,001 dreams of all possible places and all possible relations. We have our returns when the earth becomes so dense and so tight that every single action is the gesture of a lifetime. We have our moments, and the clock ticks not in time or rhythm, but in agonized joy.
Thank you, sir. And now over to undoubtedly Altoona, Pennsylvania, and Brother Engdahl.
Undoubtedly. One of these days, I'm going to cross you up again and be coming from Buffalo or Cleveland or something. Samsara, like whiskey in a glass, burns all the way down and back up again. Here and there, what you do and don't want, pick and choose if you like. The bottle is never quite empty until it is. What'll you have?
Burns all the way down and back up again, eh? Sounds like a keg party. So I'm gonna do one, and I also got a half dozen from Gingy's, so we'll be interspersing them in there also. And I've gone totally analog tonight. None of this find the Word document on the screen for me. So this one's called Hunger. One world, one mind, 8 billion personalities. No beings to save, 8 billion ways. Papaya is a upaya if you're hungry enough. And let us go to a Mike Gingy Wood opus here. He's good. He also writes short ones. This one is also untitled. I have ancestors above waiting. Same old plans for hello, goodbye. Now I'm here turning away, reaching out. It's never been meant to stay in one place, like housework is artwork. Honest friends, I've enjoyed visiting. All right, let us head back out to Ho Chi Minh City still?
Still in Ho Chi Minh City for a couple more weeks. All right, let's see here. I did a sonnet that I will share this time. I was trying to channel my inner Shakespeare. Didn't really work. A sonnet nonetheless. In ancient times, beneath the temple's grace, sat Bai Zhang deep in meditation's trance. His mind a still and quiet, sacred space, where thoughts would come and go, a fleeting dance. Nearby, with stone in hand, Matsu would sit, polishing with care a mirror to create. Each stroke a lesson, wisdom infinite, reflecting truths that time could not abate. Why polish stone? Bai Zhang once asked with care. To make a mirror, clear and bright, he said. Can stone reflect? Can thoughts bring peace? The pair, exchanged in silence, wisdom's path they tread. In stillness, both their hearts and minds did find the mirror's truth, the nature of the mind.
Very good, sir. Thank you. And let's go back up to Toronto and
Actually,
Brad.
London. London, Ontario, actually.
Oh, okay. Well, that's Ontario.
It used to be Toronto back in the day. So this is based on one of half a dozen different suttas in the Pali Canon, which are under the title of Nibbana Suttas. This ain't personal. This is a message from the deathless. This doesn't come from me, and it isn't you hearing it. I told you it wasn't personal. Just a reminder that there is an unborn, unconditioned, uncreated. There is. That's all. Nothing personal. But it is the only you that is truly you.
Very good. Excellent. Thank you. And back down to our brother Chilmin.
This one is called Yellow Leaves. Yellow leaves paint the ground, and chirping bird sings its song. Wind chimes dance in the breeze. Pine trees evergreen do the same. And clouds pass overhead, never the same, but not quite so different. Lessons in impermanence give way to gratitude. The yellow leaf falls to the ground.
Excellent. Thank you. All beings are appreciating all of this. Hey, Song, Kevin, having another one from you.
We do two more haikus here. This one's called Siddhartha's Choice. Silk and gold behind, he walked barefoot through the dust. Truth, his only guide. The next one is Wheel of Dharma. And no, it's not a game show, but we could make it into one with a PowerPoint. Okay.
Keep that in mind.
Wheel of Dharma. The wheel slowly turns, teaching echoes through the years. Right thought, right word, right deed.
Thank you. And yeah, we'll have to discuss that Wheel of Dharma game show. I think that's in the offing. We already had Zen Jeopardy, so why not? Hangui, Michael Lucas, got anything?
I think I got another White Bear poem. Let me bust it out here for a second. Alrighty, here it is, and I'm not sure if I've shared this before. It's another White Bear poem called Sounds of My Prison. The sounds of my prison are making me crazy. This I know for certain. No ifs, ands, or maybes. Slamming doors and jingling keys, complete in my mind for space with men's screams. For days onward, I wish for naught but silence and peace, receiving instead fires, floods, and alarms that never cease. I have seen screams of blood and tears on the faces of prisoners, and and know that none have fathomed the prayers they've made as petitioners. This blood and tears of which I speak, know that they are placed there by corrupt politicians, judges, and guards by whom the prisoners are beat. Many are seen as weak in the eyes of those with power, but soon enough their corrupt system will become curdled and sour. Already upon us the signs do appear, the strength of the worst, and the search for justice that are here. Persecution, prosecution, and execution may be the current order of the day, but one day we, as a people, will have to rise and say, enough is enough, I will take no more, put an axe to the degradations and lift up the poor. On that day, become united, and they will fear because united we stand, and their power is shared. I know I am a prisoner, for my prison is made of stone and steel. But even if you are not incarcerated, a prisoner you may be. If my pain you feel, if disillusioned, fed up, downtrodden you be, then look and listen to the sounds around you, and your prison you will surely see. Sounds of my prison may weaken my mind, but be assured that in my heart my strength I will find. For in my heart I find my will, my strength to preserve. They can never kill. Thank you.
All right. Back down to Robert.
All right, thank you, Unsan. I don't want to say that I have an inferiority complex, but I really like my next poem, and I apparently wrote it in January. It's one of the few ones that has rhyming in it and seems to potentially be song lyrics. But I have some vague doubt as to whether I am the author or not. It looks like something I could have written, but there's a slight chance I could have stolen it from my daughter, who actually is a singer-songwriter. So if so, she'll eventually wind up getting credit. And if I actually stole it from a real person out there somewhere, I apologize in advance. No copyright infringements are intended. So here it goes. Sanctify me. Don't make it hurt. Help me go forward. Sanctify me with words. Cleanse my mind of content. Help me come out whole. Sanctify me with a scrub brush for the soul. But I need to go forward. I need to stay alert. Don't help me out with light waves. Sanctify me with dirt. Though I fly through the clouds like an eagle, though I crawl through the earth like a worm, I need to sit steady in the center. I need to do something to justify my term. Come on, let's drink the water of your smile. Travel down the Ganges, bathe in the Nile. Go down the holy corridors of woods full of tigers. Go way past the internet, away from the liars. In the center of the sand dunes is a tower made of sand. It waves like an ocean if you touch it with your hand. You can fall into sandstone, into infinite space, and you'll come back at night with your original face.
Speaking of Emily, is she around tonight? Is she gonna join in?
She seems to be playing hooky at her boyfriend's house. Yeah, I'm
Is that what you call it?
Now, be nice.
She's working on a presentation, and he is helping her.
I see.
Yeah.
There's a limerick in there somewhere.
Is that what they call it these days?
I'm gonna text her and see if she's around and tell her to pop in.
Send her the link. She can dial in from there.
I appreciate that.
Hey, Robert. So you may have written that. I have no idea. But what came to my mind was Simple Minds, the pop group from, I don't know, the 80s. They had a song called Sanctify Yourself. And I don't know if, we're from that same generation. You may have heard it.
Oh, cool.
Anyway,
Yeah. I'll re-look it up.
Sanctify. Anyway, yeah.
I'll check that out. By the way, I'm now suspecting that I did write it based on the evidence that it changes meters in the middle of the poem, then goes back again.
Uh-huh. And it did have original.
Should be 4/4 and then drop to 6/8 and then I got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Back down to Hengdal.
Vesak, spring flowers and full moon, rivulets of water down the rocks. Rain falls until it doesn't. Greening earth reaching. Moon, another blossom. Sky and earth growing fields, fertile in the light. Stream runs down the gully. Rocks and water flowing.
Very good. Thank you. All right. Here's another one of mine. It's called Digging. Want a teacher? Be taught. Follow the teacher. Want a student? Be taught. Follow the student. When you're already in a hole, stop digging. When the cup is full, stop pouring. And another one from our friend Gingy. This one's really short. It's called Anniversary. The only time you saw me, the time only we saw the moon. The summer we invented summer. All right. And now we're rolling back around to Minwi.
Okay, so this one I call Sum Sha. Oh, wait, sorry. Sorry, my video just died on me. Anyway, that's all right. I don't need it right now. So I call this one Sum Shan. Shan as in Sean. There once was a master from Limerick whose wisdom was deep and specific. In silence he'd sit, 30 strikes he would hit. His presence was truly terrific.
And what would the Buddha have appreciated more than a good limerick?
Exactly. You know,
All right.
when you're writing a limerick, we always start with, there once was a man from Nantucket who's, never mind, let's go back. Okay,
Right.
there's a place in France where the naked, no, we won't go there. Okay, let's start with something else. And so, limericks just, they start to flow after a little while.
Uh-huh. I don't know if you remember it, but Chel Song, Doug, had one from a year or two ago that was was a monk from Nantucket. Yeah.
Yeah. Polished his mind like a nugget. Yeah.
Min actually wrote one a little while ago too.
Who is that?
Min wrote one a little while ago too about a monk from Nantucket.
Well, perhaps it'll make a comeback.
Perhaps he'll read it tonight.
Perhaps. So, Brad, how about another one from you?
So we'll do a couple of haiku. Barbs in the chitta take flight at the ending of the breath. Relief and release. Number 2, a blessed darkness, inconceivably brilliant, blinds the eye of the eye.
All right. Now back over to Joe Min.
I wrote this during a time I was kind of grappling during my practice, like with my practice, I was kind of grappling with like sensual desire, and so this one is entitled "It's a Meditation on Lust." Um, Today I look to face my demons, but no matter where I look, I can't find them anywhere. Fleeting thoughts flee. Are those my demons? I wonder. Is this all I've been afraid of? Skirts and curves cascade the corners of my mind. I'm ready to let go, but of what? The moment is already past, and my hair grows a little longer. Time to put out the candles.
I was the one that was muted that time. So, hey, Song, got another one for us?
I've got a couple more haikus, and then some after that.
Okay.
This is called "The Silence of the Sage," not to be confused with lamb. Silence of the sage. He speaks without sound. In stillness, he answers all. The smile, the teaching. And this one's called "Impermanence." Leaves fall with the breeze. Everything must fade and pass. Cling not, just observe.
Thank you. And Mike, got any more?
No, I'm fresh out at the moment.
Okay. Then, Robert, back to you, trying to play the blues in the key of C.
I have no idea where your musical prejudices come from, but there's nothing wrong with blues in C. Okay, we'll
It's
talk
not a
about that
thing.
later. These are two medium short poems and then one haiku. I hear the crazy people laughing in the other room. They are obviously watching TV, enthralled by the human comedy that is depicted there. I am busy not meditating, literally, when I'm supposed to be doing nothing. This something that is nothing is a bit confusing, but it's not that funny. Next, bare bones evening with television, silence all around. My wife is breathing slowly on the couch without a sound. Like a portrait of a living room, we are framed and static. If I don't move a muscle, I will fade into the picture of myself, into a memory. My colors will change to yellow and violet, and I will cease to exist. And now the haiku, which was written by my wife, Melanie, and she's apparently shy and wants me to read it. He's over there.
Melanie.
Hi, Melanie.
Hi.
Weathered rail holds stairs. Broken wood painted over. Sculptor's patient hand.
Very nice. Tell her she got some finger snaps.
You got finger snaps, Sonny.
Okay. Hangdoll, it's all yours.
Okay, so a preface here of a sort. I've got a number of things here, which maybe I will or won't get to. I'm not sure if they're individual poems or one long poem, but this was written actually over Bodhi Day weekend at a camp in the middle of the mountains in December. No cell service, no computers, no anything. Me wandering around with a notebook, and it's a whole separate story of of the camp and everything, but part of my ongoing weird life. So I'll do a little bit at a time here, but we'll start with this. I don't hunt, so of course I go to hunting camp for deer season. Bodie day indeed. Up the side hill from camp, fresh snow and blowing wind, cross country stumbling over hidden obstacles, to a curving line edging ridge and hollow. At the base of a great tree, stone marks where his ashes were left. Pour whiskey from a flask onto frozen ground and say our piece. You are well remembered in this sacred space.
So I remember your hunting trip. Okay. So let's do one called Wobbly Namarupa. Name and form different, name and form same. Learn what the word means before using it. Learn what it refers to. See suffering, end it. But the suffering of one isn't the suffering for all. An injury to one is an injury to all. No garbage heap, no Narcissus. No mud, no lotus. Put it all down. How may I help you? And another Gingy here. It's called Slogan. When I need that temporary limb, I proudly accept my cane, becoming it, moving with it, laying it back down. Gratitude is more fog than ground, and so I am in balance. All right. Oh, who knows what's coming next from Minwi?
Oh, don't worry. I only have one more limerick to share. I'm trying to keep it fun. All right. Fix my glasses here so I can see my screen. There once was a student from Cork whose mind was as sharp as a fork. With koans she'd ponder, in silence she'd wonder, finding wisdom in each little quark.
Sharp as a fork. Yeah. All right.
Only so much rhymes with cork, so
Hey, I rhymed spinach with kucinich once, so
That's good, but I loved your papaya upaya, so I really wanted to compliment you on that.
Thank you. Brad.
Okay. When the skin has tightened around your broken heart, and that small self-defeating voice cries, there's no one to hold you anymore. Let the earth speak up from the very ground you tremble on. Let the sky shout your unspoken name. May the oceans and mountains dance your ever-presence, and the forests and fields sing the great reminder that your wounded little being has been immeasurably vast and blessed from beginningless time.
Thank you. And back over to Chilmin.
I have got two here for y'all. This first one is called The Clock. And the second one is called Noise. The trickle of water from the video on my TV is very refreshing to these silence-soaked ears. But what exactly is silence? Is it the absence of noise? And what is noise? When one breathes deeply in and out, is that noise? What about chirping birds? The rustle of paper? A sneeze? A truck? Or maybe it's a phone call? Enough of my prattling. There's plenty of noise for the day.
Did you co-write the first one with Vimalakirti? I guess is the operative question.
No.
It was kind of thunderous, I gotta say. You know. All right, Kevin, got something?
Sure, I got a haiku and then I've got a poem. The haiku is called Boundless Compassion. The glance soft as rain. He sees all as his own self. No stranger, no foe. And I tried this time for a couple of poems, but I don't know how this is going to go. This one's called Beneath the Bodhi Tree. He sat alone, unmoved by time, as the stars wheeled overhead and the earth held its breath. Mara sent illusions, desire, fear, and doubt, but none could disturb the stillness of one who no longer grasped. When morning came, the tree bowed in silence, and truth opened like a lotus within his chest.
Very nice, thank you. I guess Mike is probably still out. Haven't dug anything up? No. No. Okay, so let's go over to the Epstein family and see what we got there.
All right. Well, I'm going to read 5 very short poems. In a Waking Dream, based on a piano piece by Frank Feldman. In a waking dream, I look for you in space, lost in memory, looking back. The next one, aware being knows, aware being eyes, aware being hands, aware being thoughts. Third, the bluebird of particles resting on quantum shoulder. Will it turn left or right? And finally, my Zen Valentine from Valentine's Day. My Zen Valentine has nothing in it but love and sweet emptiness.
Thank you. Do you have any other wives or offspring that can contribute anything tonight?
My wife says no.
Fair enough.
Do you have any other poems to share? Yeah, you don't have to do it right this second. You can go find one and come back. We're working on it. We'll see.
Okay. Text Emily while you're at it.
I did. I haven't gotten a response.
Nothing?
Not so far. I'll look and see if I have one of hers.
Okay. All right. So back to the hunting lodge. Are we going there, Engdahl?
Yep, back to the lodge. 3 or 4 a.m., dark and quiet, wood stove ticking in the corner. Camp rule, if you get up, check the fires. So I lay in my rack as long as I can, avoiding the cold. And then finally, what else is there? Slid from warmth to cold, outside to pee and get wood, inside to shiver and work the coals to life.
All right. Thank you. All right. Well, I may have to do it just to appease Robert. This one's called Macaroni and Cheese. Ramel's grandma's in the kitchen, cooking Sunday supper. Eat what's in front of you. Macaroni and cheese. Same or different? And back over to Gingyville. What do we got here? He liked punk better. Played J.S. Bach's Partita in C minor BWV 997. Evangelina Mascardi on Liuto Barocco. For my 17-year-old cat, his last day. I thanked him, told him he'd soon be where that music came from, and would be waiting for him. He purred, scratched his left ear, and jumped off my lap to chase a spider on the wall, who will also become song. All right. Back over to Minwee.
Okay, so I'm going to wrap this up for me. Two haikus that I wrote, and I'll be done for tonight. Silent koans speak. Buddha nature whispers deep. Truth in stillness found. And then finally, in stillness we sit. Ego fades, self disappears, pure essence remains.
Thank you. Let us have something more from Brad.
Hoping I haven't already read this one another time, but anyway, sometimes reruns are okay. An abandoned old ship sank to the floor of the sea. For years, the heavy wet dust has been filling the hull daily, securing it firmly in the ground of the depths. The ghosts of ancient sailors periodically rise again to the surface, restlessly wandering on in their wanting, sheer habit and sense of poverty. But even they have grown weary of the rising and falling of the waves, and the endless parade of strange beasts easing in and out of the portholes. All the while, the ceaseless current of the unmoving hums throughout the rust and the rot.
Very nice. Thank you. Cholmin.
We want another grandma poem.
See, I knew it.
Won't be too many grandma poems this time around, brother. It's all good though. This one is called Familiar Face. What battle is there to be fought when mind and deed are seen as transparent? Who is the one that asks forgiveness? Indeed, who is the one that writes? Close my eyes and I could be anyone at all. I open my eyes and the mirror reflects an all too familiar face. But the question remains, who am I?
Very good. Thank you. Kevin, you still got anything?
Last two. This one's called The Middle Way. Not in riches nor in rags does peace reside. He walks between the craving and the denial, quiet as a stream slipping through stone. He taught not with thunder, but with calm, with eyes that had seen the rise and fall of countless selves, each chasing shadows, each born to fade. And this last one is called The Dharma Flame. A gentle voice, not to be worshipped, but to be understood. He asks for no temples of gold, only that we see clearly each thought, each breath, each fleeting moment as it is. The flame still passes from heart to heart, lighting the path without burning the world.
Very nice. Robert Coho Epstein.
So these are two poems that I found of Emily's. And I'm going to read the two of them and not read any of mine for this round so that people will forget her poems before we get back to mine. Because this one poem, at least, is so good that I don't want to read my poems after hers. No, it better be pretty good after saying that, huh? Languid in posture, stretching outside of the boundaries fitted squarely upon me, moving through waves of joy and pain to get to the final level, surpassing expectations, breaking in the process discarded pieces of self, like clothing scattered in drawers unnamed, namelessly wandering through the game. And the next one is called Golden Dust Poem. The sun opens its eyes, dusty golden light streaming in through the filter of the sky. Pieces of it race in tear-shaped droplets to the ground. The movement is a sight to see, but the action makes no sound. The birds with wings of silver sift their bodies through the trees, poured over ice, and grind it up like coffee. Stray feathers falling from the glass is the only visible trace. Dark birds that wander, the only birds without a face. They swirl through the sky, clapping with the rain. They slow when they see their shadows, gracefully dancing through the pain. The true birds are sleek, strong with a quiet gaze, their eyes glimmering with laughter, love, healing, peace, and praise.
Thank you, Emily. Okay. Back down to the hunting lodge.
Sure. Little Debbie's and pretzel rods on the table. The little mouse preferred my mala. And just as a visual aid, you can't see all the tooth marks, but you can see that there's a bead missing that the mouse completely ate off of this mala on the table right next to food. Don't know. I guess it was praying. So I did a lot of wandering around on logging roads wearing orange and stayed out of the deep woods other than that memorial ceremony, to avoid being shot. Because this is Pennsylvania and, the occasional cow gets shot by somebody thinking it's a deer around here. So, wandering around the roads though. Snow raven evergreen, deer walks the center of the road, avoiding hunters in the woods. Telltale red drops and lines, smooth depression in fresh snow. A body was dragged here, dripping fresh life.
"107 bows."
We'll wait for you to complete those.
The mouse ate the last one.
I have to say that I don't know that I would really want to hand a weapon to anyone who confuses a deer for a cow.
Once again, this is Pennsylvania. There's Pittsburgh and Philadelphia, and then I don't know, Kentucky in between or something. I mean, and I'm from the South, so I take that what it is, but it's its own special little place here sometimes.
Uh-huh. Okay, I've got one. I'll just do them in order because why not? This one's called Interesting Times. May you live in interesting times. It's always interesting. Pestilence, plague, war, peace, health. It's all good. It's all made by mind alone. Death by 1,000 cuts. And is this the last Gingy? It might be. It's called Pause. An adored routine. Brown glee of a puddle. The cockroach edible. The spider mouth empty. Okay, so Minwee, you're fresh out. So that brings us to Brad.
I'm kind of tired of reading my own stuff, so here's one by the great Canadian poet, singer, Leonard Cohen. It's called Sicily Cafe. And now that I kneel at the edge of my years, let me fall through the mirror of love. And the things that I know, let them drift like the snow. Let me dwell in the light that's above. In the radiant light where there's day and there's night, and the truth is the widest embrace that includes what is lost, includes what is found, what you write and what you erase. When will my heart break open? When will my love be born? In this scheme of unspeakable suffering, where even the blueprint is torn.
Excellent. Thank you, Leonard.
You're welcome. on behalf of Leonard, you're welcome.
Vicariously tending, who is he tending? Kodo Sawaki was his guy, I think.
He sat with Joshu Sasaki.
Sasaki, yeah.
Right, okay.
Mount Baldy Zen Center, yeah.
Yes. And so mentioning Mount Baldy Zen Center. So what came first? We'll consider this my next poem, actually. What came first? The monks with bald heads saying, Mount Baldy. That's what we'll call it. Or did the monks with bald heads say, where should we build a monastery? Ah, atop Mount Baldy. I think it'll stop there, yeah.
I feel like this is a Kong-on. I'm sorry.
It's all a Kong-on, Kevin.
You betcha.
So Unsan, same or different?
Ack.
One. Thank you. Ack. One you could polish, one you can't. To go back to the old Nanwei Matsu story we heard earlier. But which is which? Can you polish the monk or can you polish Mount Baldy? Yeah, let's freestyle here a little. So how about we go back over to the bayou and get brought back down to earth by our brother Chomin, rather than falling off the cliff. I think we're getting down.
This next one is actually got, let me see. Yeah, this next one is I'll probably let this one be this will be my last one. This one is called Everywhere and Nowhere. Seated in silence, resting on the Great Mother, gratitude fills my heart. The morning song of birds cascades into my ears. Past, present, and future melt away in the subtle ambiance of stillness. What is this? Don't know. Who am I? Only this. Where are we going? Everywhere and nowhere.
We'll see about that being your last one. Kevin, are you fresh out or you got one more? You're done. Okay, so Robert.
Okay. I'm going to read an incomprehensible poem, bookended by two short poems. The first short poem, distracted and tired, I sit in the big wide chair, contemplating breath. And now for the longer, incomprehensible poem. Blandishing the moon, obliterating scions, cultivating obstructibility, a brilliant skein infiltrates over the wandering, worldless heliotrope, relegates irrelevance to silence. In place of the tattered pinkish moon, they set out a carved out, thoughtless neurotrope. A sun-soaked afternoon illuminated their respectability, and the tea was awfully cool. In a last-ditch collaboration, algorithms united to point out the final word, but no ear to hear appeared. Every which way, the tsunometrics of overwhelm captivated a webwork of interstices, electrodes tied to the evening star, and nervous cantankerousness amongst the outcast cantophiles. Thank you. And finally, a very short poem called Who is Sitting? Who is sitting? Who is sitting? Buddha's birth.
Unsan, you're muted. If you're
Yeah,
talking.
caught that. Yeah. Uh,
Go.
so, Hengdal.
All right, two more short ones. You'll have to bear with me on Bodhi Day at the hunting camp. Half moon in a pale sky, sunset tinging the tree line. Cold wind livens evergreen boughs. A tumble to the floor, examining cause, and a new camp rule: no fixing a chair with duct tape.
Good rule. Uh, okay. So you have more, right? You always have more.
I I have a very long one that I emailed to some of you a week or so ago, and that's probably all I have with me at the moment. I did
Okay.
not bring my other notebooks, so your call.
Fair enough. Well, you can do that one next.
Okay.
So, here's one of mine called To Use a Cliche. Now, hear me out. A medical student can choose one teacher. One read medical texts and could recite them forward and back. One wandered into the operating room wielding a scalpel, hoping for the best. One read text and applied the knowledge when slicing skin. Who is carrying this meat bag around? Just saying, asking for a friend. I don't know why I just got this message, but anyway, so that brings us back to Brad to alliterate a little.
So again, this is somebody else. This one is Rilke, which I only recently discovered. Never realized that Rilke wrote a poem on Buddha, but pretty good. It's called Buddha in Glory. Center of all centers, core of cores, almond, self-enclosed and growing sweet. All this universe, to the furthest stars, all beyond them is your flesh, your fruit. Now you feel nothing clings to you. Your vast shell reaches into endless space, and there the rich, thick fluids rise and flow, illuminated in your infinite peace. A billion stars go spinning through the night, blazing high above your head. But in you is the presence that will be when all the stars are dead. Thank you, Rilke.
That's Rilke.
Yeah,
That Rilke.
yeah, not Rilke. He wrote that sometime in the 1920s when he was very sick. Yeah, he must have
All right.
studied a bit.
So Chomin, you're still holding out on us, right? Nothing.
I got a couple more I can share.
Oh, okay, good. I knew you could.
This one is called Caesar, even though I know we don't say Caesar since we're Korean lineage. What is the Korean term for Caesar, by the way? You don't know? Okay. Anyway, the poem is called Caesar. Seated in Caesar, I sit for the liberation of all beings. Confronting my ignorance, Buddha's mind shines clear and true. No attainment, nothing to attain. Only be here now. Only do no harm. Only how may I help you? Only don't know. What is this? This is something of a poem.
Thank you. Robert.
I just want to say that I looked up the Korean word for seiza, and it is seijio.
You're pretty fast on that, you know.
Thank
You've
you.
done that a couple of times now.
Up quickly. Act like you already knew. So in terms of the ones that I know I haven't read before, I've got one more that's very short and does not make literal sense, which I know is very upsetting to Buddhists. Anyway, here goes. Cats looking out the window. The artifice of tears, the artifice of tears.
Hangdal, you're next.
They speed by at a rush. Days, months, years, this and that. Events, occurrences. Who watches them pass? Who participates? If I truly know who it is, does that change the response? Hakuin asked, is that so? Of his accusers, of his apologizers. Is that so? Politics, religion, finance. What shall we say to one another? Are facts and perceptions interchangeable? Know yourself. What self is there to know? Is it my fault, your fault, their fault, our fault? Regardless of fault, what shall we do? I have a Zen stick carved of fallen red maple, carefully trimmed, smoothed, finished. I may strike someone with it. Caffeine and 30 wax in the finest Zen tradition. Wake up! Francis joins Thay and Merton, King and Gandhi and Siddhartha. I am not so patient. Bowing before Buddha, adorned in ink and attitude, always a fight itching for. Wake up, or is that so? Which response? Either, neither, none. A suit or a rakusu. It matters little. The world weeps, Buddha smiles. Here am I, in the middle. Is that so?
Very good, sir. Thank you. I guess this is my last one. I don't think I can riff on Mount Baldy any further. So, yeah, this is the last one of mine. It's called Tears. Quote, history repeats itself, first as tragedy, then as farce, end quote. Quanseum hears the cries and laughter and quietly sheds a tear of her own. And you get extra points if you know who that quote was from. Come on, somebody can Google that quickly enough, I'm sure. Robert, that sounds like you.
I lost the thread.
Back to Brad.
So this one is from a poet, David White, called Talicho Lake. In this high place, it is simple as this. Leave everything you know behind. Step toward the cold surface. Say the old prayer of rough love and open both arms. Those who come with empty hands will stare into the lake astonished. There, in the cold light, reflecting pure snow, the true shape of your own face.
Very good. Uh, well,
I, I do have another one. Where am I? Huh. Oh, okay. Sorry, I lost the group. And I have one more little one if you like. Save for later has finally arrived. I counted my chickens, they never came. Imaginary rats came looking for me. It turned out they only wanted my advice about how to gnaw out of this trap.
all right. So, I believe that, can we get one more from Hangdal? Or are you fresh out?
Let's see. How about trying to pull something out of the memory banks here. I didn't have any more with me written, but yeah, I'd have to think for a minute.
Okay. I actually found another one of Gingy's on page 2 that I didn't realize I had. It's called Dying All Unprepared. I wanted to live everyone's life, or maybe just think about everyone's life, without being asked to choose one. I still don't think I've chosen mine. Yet I never saw much difference between dreams and being awake, though I can only fly when I am not sleeping. And Mike, I saw you had your paw up.
Let me see here. My sound turned off.
Did say again?
Oh wait, no, I'm back online.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got an old one that I dug on up that I can do really fast. Let me see here. Alrighty, this one is called Living in the Shadow of Two Towers. Living in the shadow of two towers, one of apathy, one of failure. Who will drive the planes into these towers to let a big burning cloud of suicide, homicide, and hate explode to illuminate the fact that I was the one who helped build each tower and let them devour the sun, surrendering myself to apathy and failures where the source had begun. Now there is nowhere to run. I stand trapped in the shadows of two towers, like a hostage to a gun. Under aggravation and agitation, I burn and piss on the roots of this nation. I refuse to surrender to the sea of apathy. No bullshit ballot or piss petition to control me. Nor shall I bow to failure, for even in my death, my soul is kerosene to burn the fucking machine. Don't you see? Your nation won't live forever, but revolution cycles through reincarnation. Yes, the rage I feel is blind, but it is mine, it is mine, it is mine. Thank you.
If there were ever a poem that deserved fingers snapping at the end of it, that would be the one.
Oh, Chuck.
I could see the beatniks. So are we out? Is everyone cleaned out? All right, then why don't we finish off with a Heart Sutra, which is a fine bunch of verses.
Sadly, I'm going to have to run, but I will be doing the Heart Sutra with you in spirit.
Very good. Thank you, Robert.
Take care. Great stuff, guys. I always love it.
Sentient beings, thank you. Mahaprajna Paramita Hridaya Sutra Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattva when practicing deeply the Prajna Paramita perceives that all five skandhas are empty and is saved from all suffering and distress. Shariputra, form does not differ from emptiness. Emptiness does not differ from form. That which is form is emptiness. That which is emptiness, form. The same is true of feelings, perceptions, impulses, consciousness. Shariputra, all dharmas are marked with emptiness. They do not appear or disappear, are not tainted or pure, do not increase or decrease. Therefore in emptiness no form, no feelings, perceptions, impulses, consciousness, no eyes, no ears, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind, no color, no sound, no smell, no taste, no touch, no object of mind, no realm of eyes, and so forth until no realm of mind consciousness, no ignorance, and also no extinction of it, and so forth until no old age and death, and also no extinction of them, no suffering, no origination, no stopping, no path, no cognition, also no attainment, with nothing to attain. The bodhisattva depends on prajna paramita, and the mind is no hindrance. Without any hindrance no fears exist. Far apart from every perverted view, one dwells in nirvana in the three worlds. All Buddhas depend on prajna paramita and attain anuttara samyak sambodhi. Therefore know that prajna paramita is the great transcendent mantra, is the great bright mantra, is the utmost mantra, is the supreme mantra, which is able to relieve all suffering and is true, not false. So proclaim the prajna paramita mantra, proclaim the mantra which says gate gate para gate parasamgate bodhisvaha gate gate para gate parasamgate bodhisvaha gate gate para gate parasamgate bodhisvaha. And we'll recite the four great bodhisattva vows, and I would like to thank everybody for participating and joining us on this auspicious Vesak, commemorating the birth, awakening, and death of Shakyamuni Buddha. And we do all this for the sake of all beings. I will never retreat and will be firm in my mind in this correct Dharma. I will escape from the samsaric cycle of birth and death and definitely will see my original face. I will be sure to inherit the life of insight of the Buddha and save all sentient beings. And now we'll do the 4 great bodhisattva vows. Sentient beings are numberless. We vow to help them all. Delusions are countless. We vow to see through them all. Opportunities to awaken are infinite. We vow to embrace them all. The Buddha mind is endless. We vow to embody it. Again, thank you, and we'll see you in another